Alright, my roster is finally finished for now for NBA 2K26. I've been working on the preseason roster. Basically just wanted to get the 76ers through the Wizards completed and get the free agency completed. I'm also, don't forget, I told you guys I'm gonna implement some fake rosters for the G League, which I will show you at the end of this video. Just some fake faces, just editing the peak years and like play styles, things like that to kind of make the G League be kind of realistic but not realistic. I'm not gonna do the real players this year because that is way too much. And the G League do trades and signing and cutting. That was too much to do last year. But anyways, to get into this roster, remember I took you through, for those of you who don't remember what I did in the last video, I took you guys through, showed you the signatures, the gear, the accessories, the peak gears, the hairstyles, everything like that, the emphasis, the playbooks, the staff, coaching ratings, and everything. Pretty much a complete rebuild of this roster. Now, some of the ratings may not be completely accurate because some of you guys be thinking like, I can just stat track every player, bro. It's like over 1,000 players. Okay. So some of the ratings are not gonna be completely realistic. Some of it is gonna be slightly high, some of it's gonna be slightly low. Tweak it the way you like it. I'm just like pretty much just trying to make the roster better than the original 2K roster, right? Anyways, now we got that out the way. Tyrese Maxey been playing pretty good, so I went up on him, got him at a 90. Quentin Grimes, I went up on a 3, went up 3 on him. And Embiid, I dropped him a lot. So basically what I did was I dropped a lot of his defensive ratings. I dropped his playmaking ratings. I dropped his rebound a little bit, but I dropped a lot of his athleticism because he cannot move at all on defense. I'm a 76ers fan. Been a 76ers fan for a long time. He cannot move at all on defense. He can't guard anyone. And his offense is putrid. He's sitting out every other game. I mean, really, I was the one saying we should have traded him last year. Right now we can't even move him. So yeah, Paul George still has not touched the court. That's another one I did not agree with signing. I moved VJ Edgecombe to small forward because he has played small forward more. I don't know what they're gonna do when Paul George come back, but I think Edgecombe will still be at the 3 when Paul George come back. I think Paul George will come off the bench because Oubre has been lighting it up. He's been playing better. I removed McCain injury designation, but I'm probably gonna have to go down a little bit on his rating. I'm not the type of person to move ratings just off of 2 or 3 games. It gotta take like a big body of games for me to move ratings. So don't be coming at me like, oh, you ain't move ratings and things like that. I don't move ratings like that. But I did go up on Labona because he's been playing pretty good. Trendon Watford does play like 3 positions. I wish we did have a 3 position slot for these players like power forward, small forward, point guard, because he does plays that. Since Paul George is out though, I just put small forward right there, and then I just gave him like the play initiator so he could bring the ball up the court because he can like play point too. Andre Drummond went down for me. Edwards went down for me. Eric Gordon went down. I pretty much just dropped his intangibles. Kyle Lowry doesn't even really play. I don't need, we should use that roster spot to pick up somebody else. I think he like broadcast or something. So yeah. But anyways, that's that. Miles Turner went -1. I basically just dropped his intangibles. Kevin Porter Jr. is really going to help this team when he comes back, but I think he's going to come back off the bench because Ryan Rollitt's been playing pretty good. I went +5 on him. And I went up on Kyle Kuzma defense slightly because he has been playing good defense. So that's good on that. You could go through and look at the accessories, the shoes, and the hair. I'm not going to do that because I already covered most of that in the last video. The Bulls been playing pretty good. I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep that up. But yeah, they've been looking pretty good. Darius Garland just came back. So the Cavs should be able to go on a run. I moved Sam Merrill to small forward just because Strus is out. He has played a little bit of the 3 and the 2. So I don't know what they're going to do there. I think they're just trying something there. Jaylen Brown, I probably need to get him up. I dropped Derek White and Pritchard down. I dropped Derek White by I think 4, and I dropped Pritchard down 2. I had them too high. Jaylen Brown probably need to go to at least an 89. This team, I mean, I don't know. I guess they're in a rebuild. James Harden, I went down the most on this roster. He went down 9. Basically just dropped a lot of his athleticism, his shot decision, IQ, things like that. Shot IQ, basically. He doesn't really take smart shots. Chris Dunn has been the backup point guard. Chris Paul is just pretty much just like, he should have retired last year. I went down on Bradley Beal by 5. I just dropped a lot of his intangibles, some of his shooting, some of his defense, some of his playmaking, and got rid of some badges. I moved Nicholas Batum to a small forward, and when I did that, his rating actually went up +3. I had him as power forward, and he was a 71. I didn't change his ratings at all. John Moran, I went -3. Basically, just dropped his 3 ball. And some of his rebound, I had his rebounding too high. I don't know what I was thinking there. I dropped Caldwell Pope shooting. I went up on Cedric Coward. I already had his statistics pretty much all right. So basically, I just went up on his intangibles. And I went down on Jalen Wells -2. Yeah, that's pretty much there. The Hawks, I went up on Keaton Wallace +1 and basically just added playmaking. And I went down on Asa Noah. I dropped his 3 badges that I gave him. So he dropped -2 to a 73. And Muhammad Gee filled in right there. The Miami Heat, I moved Andrew Wiggins to power forward because that's where I've been seeing him at. I have not injured Bam because I don't know how long he's going to be out. And some of the times I don't add all the injuries is because I want it to be like a playable roster. I don't want it to be like where you just have like 19. I know some of y'all like realism, but some of the stuff, I need the rosters to still be playable because I play now on this roster. LaMelo Ball went down 1, and basically what I did was just dropped a lot of his defense. He's an offensive scoring machine, and a playmaker, but they trying to say he doesn't impact winning, which is crazy. I moved Josh Green to shooting guard, and this is for my NBA reasons. Con Newpel is gonna be right here, small forward. Till Brandon Miller come back, I think he'll go back to 2 guard. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Isaiah Collier is back, and he's been coming off the bench. I mean, no, he's been starting, and Keontae George has been moved to the bench. I don't really know how they're gonna do this. Maybe they'll move Ace Bailey or either Mihalik over to small forward. But I seen Taylor Hendricks starting, so I moved Marketing to power forward, and I dropped Filipowski by 3 because I had him as an 80. I thought he was gonna break out this year, but I am a Duke fan, so you could say that's biased. Russell Westbrook, I equipped the power forward to him as a secondary designation because you don't have 3 positions, so I can't put point guard, shooting guard, and power forward. So I put power forward because he's been playing power forward a little bit, basically for like rebounding and defensive reasons. He plays it actually better than DeMar DeRozan plays power forward. He's pretty much cooked. This team is not even winning close at all. They're getting blown out. Like, I think it's been like 20 plus points each game. Yeah, something's gonna have to happen there. The Knicks, I moved Mikal Bridges back to shooting guard because he's been playing the 2, and Shamet's been at the 3, and Hart been coming in for Shamet. I've been seeing Hart sub Shamet out. Anunoby, I moved to power forward, and Yabusele behind him. He has regressed a little bit. Maybe it's because of all the options in front of him. And Karl Anthony Towns been struggling, so I went down -2 on him, and he's a starting center. Luka Doncic been playing really good. Now, another thing about him, I told y'all in the last video, he has Luka 77s, but on the original 2K roster, he's still wearing the Luka 4s. He's wearing the 77s right now. Same thing for LeBron. LeBron has 23s in the game, but the original 2K roster has him on the 22 still. So I don't know. Maybe they'll get that update in. Their starting lineup has been Luka, Marcus Smart at shooting guard, Austin Reeves at small forward, Hakamura power forward, and Ayton. And they've been looking pretty good. I didn't really drop Desmond Bane too much, but I did shorten his arms for realism. I shortened his arms. I dropped his 3 ball probably -2. Some of his shooting down. Noah Pender actually has been playing in place of Jonathan Isaac. Here for the D'Angelo Russell's finally back in the starting lineup at point guard. Klay Thompson been struggling. I dropped him down -3. I had dropped him last video down -2, so now I dropped him -3. And they're looking to trade him. Cooper Flag, I went down -3. I dropped a lot of his defense, a lot of his playmaking. I still got the point guard designation here because I don't know if they're still going to try to experiment or if they're done. I didn't injure Anthony Davis or Gafford for roster reasons because, like I said, I still want to play this roster. Terrence Mann is now the starting point guard, and Tyrese Martin is the backup point guard. He comes in off the bench. Well, actually, he comes in with the second unit playing point guard because these three has went down to G League, but Demeen has still been with the team. Michael Porter Jr. been at small forward. I don't know how long he's gonna be there, but I did it for roster purposes. Clowney has been starting in his spot. I didn't really touch the Nuggets anymore. I know I still gotta go touch up a lot of ratings for a lot of players. But the way I do mine is I go off a field goal percentage system while still trying to implement a 2K system. So if you're wondering why my ratings may be a little high or a little low, it's because I pretty much just kind of like mix the field goal percentages kind of with 2K metrics. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's way better than just playing with the normal roster. Monte Morris was added in place of Matt McClung, and I'm thinking that's just for like playmaking, better shooting, probably better defense, more experience. He actually was with the team during the preseason, if I'm not mistaken. Jeremiah Fears, I went up +2. 2K went up, I think they gave him like a 78 or 79. I'm not going to jump that far. It hasn't really been a lot of games yet. I moved Alvarado back to point guard because that's what he's been playing. Jordan Poole been a backup too. He's been struggling. Sadiq Bey has been actually pretty consistent off the bench, scoring and defense. I dropped Derek Queen down too. I had him at an 80. I think I was just foreshadowing there, but a lot of people saying that he's gonna be a bust or they shouldn't have made that trade, which is crazy. I finally injured Marcus Sasser because he hasn't touched the game. Dennis Jenkins has been in his place. Jaden Ivey will be back in 4 months. Maybe back in 4 months. I can't remember. I think Tobias Harris is injured, but I didn't do it for roster purposes. They added Isaac Jones, so I think they're gonna move Isaiah Stewart back over to power forward. And they'll probably move Tobias Harris to small forward off the bench, or maybe so. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Could do Ron Holland off of the bench. This team has actually been playing pretty good. I still don't think a lot of pieces gel together. He plays point guard a little, but with Scotty Barnes has basically been like the backup facilitator. RJ Barrett been playing pretty good. Grady Dick been at the 2 a lot. I don't know why they have him listed as a small forward. He's been at the 2 a lot, and Jamison Battle has been at the small forward, power forward. Murray Boyles was starting, but Poeltl back in the start, so he's out the bench. I dropped Mogbo a little bit, but I think they might move Mogbo back to power forward. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're just experimenting. I moved Reed Shepard back to point guard, which dropped him -2, so he's a 73. I dropped Aaron Holiday -2. Joshua Tate listed as a shooting guard on the roster, but I don't know. I mean, I just moved him to the 2 to kind of put some shooting guards here for my NBA purposes. Josh Okogie, I went up on his defense and his steals. He's a pretty good defender still. He should have been playing in rotation. Kevin Durant been at the 3. I guess it's because Jamari Smith been hurt. But I still got the 2 designation on him. He actually fares better at the 3 anyways, with guarding people. Tari Eason has been a starting power forward, but I just didn't injure Jabari Smith. And Capella, I dropped him -3 because I had him at a 78. He hasn't really been playing. I uninjured De'Aaron Fox and I moved Stephon Castle back to point guard. I think he's going to come off the bench. I'm not sure. Devin Vassell, I think, will take over the 2 and Lindy Waters behind him. Carter Bryant has played at the 2, the 3, and the 4. Um, he hasn't really played much, so I don't know what they're gonna do with him, and I don't know whether to put him at the 3 or the 4. Same thing with Keldon Johnson. Maybe you could put him at small forward and put Champagne at power forward. I don't know. However you want to work that. I went up on Gillespie +2, and basically I just went up on his playmaking. I also seen that Devin Booker went back to his Kobe 4s at home, so I just put him on home, and I put his orange book 1s away. So that's just something creative. I don't know if he really just color codes it like that. I think he wears the black books. Jalen Green actually played pretty good. I told people that I felt like it wasn't him. I just felt like the system the Rockets was running didn't fit him. Grayson Allen plays a little point guard too. I fixed Jordan Goodwin face scan a little bit because I think I kind of like the last one was a little off. He should have a face scan anyways, but yeah, I just tightened it up. I went down 2 on Dylan Brooks, and I didn't really touch nobody else. I ain't touched nobody else. I told you I don't really move ratings a lot. I need to see like at least 15 games or something. AJ Mitchell, I did go up +3 because I had already went up on him while I was doing the roster. So he's a 78 now, and basically I just boosted playmaking and intangibles. Tangibles is something that just like a ratings booster without touching the exact ratings. Dort, I've seen he's played the 2, the 3, and the 4. Cason Wallace went from shooting guard to small forward. He kind of goes back and forth. Caruso being from the small forward to the point guard, and I've seen him at power forward a little. Also seen Shea play a little small forward, so I don't know. I guess that's like a defensive. I don't know. And Jalen Williams been playing a little power forward too. His team is actually playing pretty good. Dante DiVincenzo, I got him at point guard, but he has been at the 2 a little. I guess that was because Ant was out. I basically dropped a lot of athleticism here for Mike Conley due to his age, 38. He doesn't move the same anymore. And I changed Bones Highland name to Bones, actually. It's nice shine for a lot of you guys. Terrence Shannon Jr., I went down -2 on him. I had him a little too high, but I think he's averaging like 6 points, I think. 6 or 7 points. I'm not looking at it. I updated Ant Edwards accessories. Jaden McDaniels, I updated his hair because I still had him with the braids. He has the low cut again, and the KD 18s, the Slim Reapers. I kind of don't know what to do here because I've seen Joe Ingles play, I've seen Leonard Miller play, so I don't really know what they're gonna do here. I think they're really gonna try to like get rid of Gobert and try to develop Behringer. So we'll see what happens there. I didn't injure Scoot Henderson because he has not played at all, but I did it for roster purposes. Caleb Love has actually been playing. This team has been dealing with some injuries, but they still been looking good. Tiago Splitter has been like coaching his butt off, and I don't even think I updated his ratings yet. Have I? No, I need to. Okay, I'll update that now. I'll give him like a 63, maybe like a 56. We'll go up on potential a little bit, analytics a little bit. We'll give him. We'll probably do like shooting 3 and transition. We'll do that. That's all I'm gonna touch for now. Steph Curry, I went down on some of his badges. A lot of his badges. I actually removed a lot of his badges. And I went down on some of his badges due to him aging. He's not the same player. He's still playing good, but he's not the same player. A lot of this stuff was on Legend. I dropped it down to Hall of Fame. I dropped Slippery off Ball on Bronze because when he run around a 3-point line, he's really not getting as much separation as he used to. I dropped a lot of his playmaking down. I got rid of a lot of badges. They had Lightning Lunch on. He should not have that. He's not running fast. And yeah, you'll see I dropped. They had all this 99. I dropped it down to 90, 92, 88. I just dropped some stuff down, not drastically. And his defense, I hit it. Dropped it down to 77, 75, vertical 62, agility 72, and cooked his defense pretty much. So yeah, That's Steph. 2K really went crazy on Will Richard ratings after like I think it was like 1 or 2 games. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 1 game. I just went up from a 70 to a 73, and basically what I did was just hit his intangibles. Um, I went up to like 72 on the intangibles. I went slightly up on defense, slightly up on offense. Some of his scoring I went up, but it's still in the 70s. I didn't go too high. So yeah, I don't believe in moving people that much drastically. Pat Spencer, I got him at 72. D'Anthony Milton, 74. He has not played, but I didn't injure him. And Seth Curry is still on the roster because they're supposed to sign him back sometime this month. So I just left him on there because I didn't want to go through the hassle. Jimmy Butler, I got him at shooting guard, power forward, but I also gave him play initiator because he does handle the ball. I gave him the blonde braids, but he's changing hair colors a lot, so I'm not going to go back to the black. I'll just leave it at blonde because the Warriors has gold. Pajemski, I dropped him -3. I had him entirely too high. I had him at 80. Buddy Hield, I dropped 1. I dropped his defense and playmaking and some of his scoring. I moved Gary Payton back to small forward because they have him listed as small forward shooting guard, but I gave him play initiator for when he handles the ball. Moses Moody, I went up on his scoring a little bit, but his rating did not move. Kuminga's at power forward, small forward. Draymond started at center, but they alternate centers and positions, I guess, according to who they play. So I moved Quentin Post to power forward center. He's pretty much like a spot up stretch four shooting big. So I just put him at power forward for roster purposes or my NBA purposes. My NBA is broken, y'all, so I can't do a scenario right now. Al Horford sat out the last game, so I didn't really injure him. I think it's just wrist. CJ McCollum, I went down 3. Bub Carrington, I went down 1, and no, I went up 1 on Bub Carrington, and I increased his mid range and dropped his 3 a little bit because I had his 3 a little too high. So he's a 76-3, 77 mid range. He shoots the midi more and better. I dropped CJ McCollum -3, but I think he had a good game the other night. I think he dropped like 30, but I don't know. Balua Kalabali, I think I geeked his name up. I dropped his 3 ball a little bit. So he went down -1. Trey Johnson should have 3 positions. He actually plays shooting guard more, but he has played the small forward and point guard. So yeah. AJ Johnson, I dropped a lot of his badges. I gave him 6 badges, but now he's down to 2, so he dropped to 73. And I dropped Malaki down to 72. Corey Kispert has been the backup small forward, but I didn't touch his ratings. Cam Whitmore, I moved him back to small forward because that's what they have him listed playing. I think he should be at power forward, but then again, I don't know. He should be like trade bait probably. Kaishan George, I went up on his scoring a little bit and a little bit of his defense. He's actually a better defender than I thought he would be. I actually think he plays better at power forward, but they got Middleton at power forward, so I don't know. Went down on Middleton shooting a little bit. Went down on his athleticism a little bit. He is 34. Had a lot of knee injuries. Justice Champagnie has been the backup 4 off the bench. So that's why I moved him to power forward and his rating dropped by 3. I had him at a 78, so I think he should be at a 75 anyways. And I think that's it. Oh, Alex Sarr, I went down on his 3. A little bit. I had it too high, and I did edit their coach ratings. I got it up a little bit. He's actually doing better than I thought he was going to do. I need to drop the Brooklyn Nets coach rating and Willie Green coach rating. But I did finish the free agency, you guys. It took a while. I had to edit a lot of faces, signatures, shoes, things like that. Dennis Smith Jr. If they had an editable face, I edited them. I updated some of the players. If they didn't have an editable face, I didn't really update it. Somebody like DJ Stewart, you can see he did his face. That's actually pretty good. You could go through and look at all of them yourself. and see a lot that I've done. Ben Simmons is still ranked like a 79, 78 on 2K roster. That's too high. I dropped his shooting and a lot of his athleticism, so that cooked him. Malik Beasley is petitioning himself to get back onto the Pistons. I don't think they will sign him. He's a liability. I think that pro kind of killed him. He wasn't found guilty, but just having your name attached to something like that, yeah, I just think it did him in. That's Quincy Olivari. He was on the Pistons, but he got cut. Jamari Bouye, RJ Lewis. You could go through and look at some of the creations. I did the best I could. I'm not saying that they the best, but I actually think I did pretty good on this Philip Wheeler one. Yeah, sheesh, guys, I done went at 25 minutes. Jared Roden. I'm just trying to show you guys a little something. Drew Timmy. Let's see. It was someone, they actually updated their face scan. I think it was Mason Graham or something like that. I know they updated Trey Lyles face scan. He has an older version now. He was stuck with this one for the longest. Now he has that option. I can't remember. Is it Mason Graham? Mason Thomas, maybe? Where is he at? Mason Jones. He has a face scan now. So yeah. Also, I told you I was editing the G League real quick, y'all, real quick. I did fake faces, accessories, shoes, things like that to make it, look realistic. I told you I'm not gonna do fake names. I told you I'm not gonna do like a full G League this year. I went through and edited all the coaches' emphasis and stuff like that. Coaching settings. I even went through and did like the coach ratings and play styles and things like that. Just to make it, kind of play fun for your My NBA. I think I'm gonna drop their ratings even more, probably in like the 50s or something, because there's a big disparity from G League players and regular players. I think I'm gonna drop their ratings probably like either lower 60s or lower 50s, because this is too close to the actual players. The lowest rating I think I have, and I've only done 4 teams so far in the G League, so you can actually go through. I've only done I stopped at the charge for now. Probably it'll take another week for me to finish all the other ones. But you could just go through, look at some of the creations. Fake names, fake faces, signatures and stuff like that. Just for fun. I might drop the ratings some more because, like I said, I don't want it to be close to these. I think the lowest rating I got in free agency is like 66. So I think what I'm gonna do is go through the G League and make their highest rating probably like a 60, maybe a 58, something like that. Yeah, these are too high. That's like too close to the roster. So yeah. But anyways, I thank you guys for hanging out with me today, making a video. I'm going to be coming with more content. Since I finished this roster, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably start on the 90s Jordan roster, because MJ Wizards finished his roster. So I'm going to use his as a base roster. And I'm just going to like do my adjustment to it. He does a really good job with the historic rosters. And also for a lot of the newer rosters things, like I kind of use like the real 2K Insider. I use a lot of his intel for some of the things that I can't get, because it's kind of hard for me to get everything myself. because I do so much with the rosters. So I kind of use a lot of his intel, Pete Toll, 2K Daily, some other people like that, and some of the draft classes. I don't know whose draft class I'm gonna use yet, but I will shout them out. The scenarios are broken right now, so no, they have not been released. But yeah, so I thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Enjoy some football today. Get outside, get some breath of fresh air, and peace.